everybody, welcome to another recap of Survivor Redemption. Alright, so there's 7 left in the Survivor Manson family. So weird. And Ozzy, Whitney, and Dawn are all shacked up on Redemption. So Cochran, he's trying to be a little bit of a ladies' man. He's reliving his days back when he was a youth. And he used to call girls up and ask them to trade sperm. Smooth guy. He doesn't have a lot of finesse with the, how do you say, ladies? Or anyone, actually, because nobody really likes him that much. He calls a meeting, and he's basically like, I stuck my neck out for you. Now, you know, if you keep me around another tribal, it would be great, especially since it's my birthday coming up in 3 days, and I want to spend it with you. Well, I don't think anybody's buying it. But especially Sophie. I think she pretty much hates his ass face because he thinks he's better than everyone else. I don't really think that. I think that's just the way it comes across. But I feel sorry for Cochran. Alright, so we go to Redemption. We're transported there, and it's another duel. The 3 people that are left at Redemption are Ozzy, Whitney, and Dawn. And it's an old endurance challenge again. You have to balance stacked up dishes on a stick. And Dawn got pretty far. She yawned and she almost dumped it, but then like a couple dishes down the road she was out. And it came down to Ozzy and Whitney, and I thought for sure that Whitney would be able to pull it out, but she didn't. She dumped a pretty big stack. And Ozzy survives. Well, lucky for Whitney, now she gets to go hook up with Keith. And you know how that ends up. She ends up leaving her husband for Keith. True story, look it up. Alright, so Albert's not interested in housework. He's pretty much the drone of the hive. He just likes to lay around and let everyone else be Martha Stewart. He's kind of a douchebag. I mean, dating coach? What the hell does a dating coach do? Touch her there. What do you do? Alright, he even put out the fire. I guess he was trying to get his manky shorts out of the boiling laundry water, and I guess he knocked it over and put out the fire and got all wet and couldn't get it started again. If you look it up, Prince Albert, which is what he's known around his camp, is also a piercing. You'll see what kind. Just look it up. Alright, Coach and Cochran have a little tete-a-tete. And Cochran thinks it might be a good time to get rid of Prince Albert. Really? Maybe, we'll see. Coach and Cochran also have a little bonding sesh over some Tai Chi. I can't help but thinking that it's Skipper and Gilligan. It's so creepy, little buddy. Alright, it's the immunity challenge. It's those progressive challenges. First level, you gotta throw some sandbags onto some barrels. First 3, move on. Second level is coconut targets. The reward is a spa massage and a shower. No happy ending. Good thing Al Gore is not on the Survivor list, because I think he'd be pretty demanding. So, from the first round, move on Albert, Rick, and Sophie. Albert is tied with Rick on the second level, and Albert ends up winning immunity. Albert picks Coach to take along for the reward, which wasn't really a take-along since it was happening at camp. It was kind of weird. I didn't like that it wasn't off-site. I really thought they should have done it like somewhere else, but they did it at camp. Then Albert shocks everyone and is like, I want to give up my massage to someone else. That's weird. I've never seen anybody do that before. So he ends up giving it to Cochran, which kind of upsets me because it's almost like, alright, here I paid you back for you sticking your neck out, now I'm going to vote you out. And I don't want Cochran to get voted out. Well, Cochran's pretty excited because he's never been touched by a woman, especially in a massage way. He lied about his birthday. I don't think he's lying about not being touched by a woman. And he was really loving the lady touching the inside of his milky white legs. Alright, so this is how the plan's going. Albert wants Rick gone because Cochran told him about Princess Albert. Well, Cochran goes to Coach and is trying to get Coach to flip. Will Coach flip? I think we need to consult Shakespeare, because Coach thinks that this quote that he's got in his mind kind of explains the whole thing, but in actuality the quote that he picked out didn't really relate, but he kind of tried to make it work in a Coach sort of way. But it's time for tribal, and Cochran wants to stay. He thinks he deserves it. And Edna is sad because she knows the whole plan is laid out already. She's number 6 to go. You know, 6 from the top. And Brandon, I don't know why he even bothers talking. He's like, I'm voting for Cochran and then I'm voting for Edna. What the hell? You're not supposed to tell people what you're voting. So then Brandon suffers another Brandon breakdown. Why is he still on the show? The guy is unstable. I don't know, I just don't get it at all. But it's time for the vote, and once again, Prince Albert tries to make a coup, but guess what? He can't close the friggin' deal, and Cochran is voted off. So next week, Brandon's in deep trouble. Why exactly? I'm not sure. Maybe because he couldn't keep his mouth shut at Tribal? Possibly. Possibly yes. And Cochran's in trouble because he's got to meet up with creepy Ozzy. And of course, you all know, he voted Ozzy off in the big coup. So it should be pretty interesting next week. Till then, much love.